well, on the issue of yung nangyari po na shooting, no, sa Tacloban, kasi nagiging usapin po ito ng National Discourse. Babalikan nga yung Juvenile Act, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, it's really about how we carry ourselves, how we connect with our community. No? Kaya nga tama po yung sinabi, mayroon po tayong obligasyon at responsibilidad bilang adult, no? Na hindi ho tayo magdadagdag doon sa pagno-normalize nung hindi magandang asal, hindi magandang mga pinagsasabi, no? Dahil ultimately bilang isang halal na opisyal, meron ho kayong impluwensya at one point or the other. Kasi the reason why naandyan po kayo dahil may nagtitiwala po sa inyong mga tao, nagagampanan nyo ang inyong trabaho ng tapat, no? So, dapat po, dahil yung pangalagaan po natin ng tiwala ng taong bayan na naghalal po sa atin na gagampanan po natin ang ating trabaho ng tapat na hindi po tayo gagawa ng anything that would violate, at the very least, no, that would, you know, betray the trust that given to us by the people. No?
Galit na galit ang tao sa 14 years old na makakatakas sa pananagutan sa batas. Ay yung 64 years old na tumakas sa Senado sa pananagutan
Okay,
sa
I
batas.
get your
Pinapalakpakan ng iba eh.
Uh, well, tama po yun. It should be applied to all. No? Policies and laws should be applied to whoever. Dapat po ang tingin sa batas ay pantay-pantay. Tama po yun ang sinabi niyo. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Papiyaka pipitar tanulangon, maayong buntag kaninyong tanan. Una sa lahat, magpapasalamat po ako sa pag-imbita ninyo sa amin dito na makapagbigay impormasyon, yung actual impormasyon na updated na information para po sa ating publiko. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa ating mga partners sa media na patuloy binabantayan ang ating pre-trial conference. Kakatapos nga lang po nung isang araw, hindi ako nagkakamali, ng ating pre-trial conference. Naging tulay po ang ating mga kasamahan sa media para ma-inform ang ating publiko sa mga kaganapan dito sa Senado. Gusto rin po natin ipaabot ang ating pasasalamat sa Senado sa isang matagumpay na pre-trial conference. Tulad po ng karamihan sa ating mga kababayan, excited na po tayo sa pagpapatuloy ng itong trial na ito. Ang petsa po is July 6. Doon po sa notice na natanggap ng House Prosecution Team ang actual na impeachment trial. Tandaan po natin, ang ating mga kababayan, gusto na rin po nila na umunsad ito dahil naintindihan po nila na ayon sa ating saligang batas, ang accountability mechanism na pinag-uusapan po dito ay wala kinikilala na posisyon, walang kinikilala na tao, at ito po ay karapatan ng ating mga kababayan na malaman talaga kung ano yung sinasaad dyan sa mga artikulo ng impeachment, at nag-umpisa na po itong proseso at gusto na po ng ating taong bayan na matapos po ito sa mas madaling panahon. So again, maraming salamat po sa inyong pag-imbita sa amin dito.
Kung sa pelikula, yung pre-trial parang teaser. So may inaabangan kami ron. Ilan ba yung surprise witnesses or evidences na ipapasok ng prosecution?
Unang-una, wala pong surprise witness na ipipresenta ng prosecution. And that goes also to the defense. Ang meron po ay reserved witness. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi pong reserved witness ay meron pong nakatakdang araw kung kailan po ang pagkabilang panig ay i-inform ang korte. No? 3 days may inform ang korte at magbibigay po ng general description kung alin po, sino po, at alin sa artikulo ito ipapresenta itong witness na ito para hindi po magkagulatan sa trial, no? Para mapagbigyan po din po ng pagkakataon ng kabilang panig na mag-prepare po sila for an eventual cross-examination. So yun po pinapayagan ng korte, wala pong surprise witness. Meron pong way ang bawat panig na magkaroon ng reserve. Ibig sabihin, it's either hindi pa po available, kasi hindi lang ho witness ang pinag-uusapan natin. Even material evidence, testimonial evidence na hindi available nung oras na yon, meron pong discretion or merong leeway ang magkabilang panig, ang prosecution at ang depensa na magkaroon ng reserve witness.
So kung ito ay reserve witness o reserve evidences, sa ebidensya, does it follow na hindi ito namarkahan?
Yung mga ganun po, yes. Dahil but initially po, ang ginagawa po dyan sa pre-trial conference supposedly is all evidence will be pre-marked. No? Tama po yun. But in the matter of the actual trial, kasi nakita naman po natin during the corona impeachment, even while the court is ongoing, meron pong mga ebidensya na hindi available during the pre-trial. No? Kaya nga po may leeway. That's precisely the reason why there's that reserved witness. No? Kasi ang anticipation is, what if the trial is ongoing and yet you need to provide some testimonial evidence, material evidence or witness that would corroborate the allegation, for example, then that's precisely the reason why you allowed to have a reserved witness.
So yung reserve evidence and reserve witness, hindi tinukoy kung sino o ano as of now.
Generally, ang sinasabi po dun sa notice na natanggap natin from the Honorable Court ay at least kung magkakaroon po tayo ng reserved witness, meron pong general description. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi mo pong general description, you don't need to specify exactly the name of the witness. Magbibigay lang po kayo halimbawa lang, no? Without preempting the flow of the presentation of evidence by the prosecution. Just to give you an example, halimbawa po sa isang article na yan, let's say article ng sa SALN, no? So, of course, you would give kung reserve witness yan, magbibigay po kayo ng description na ito po ay galing sa ganiting opisina, ito po yung kanyang magiging testimonya patungkol doon sa specific documents.
So talagang makikilala lang siya or makikita sa kaso ng ebidensya 3 days prior.
3 days prior to the presentation of the material evidence, testimonial evidence, or the witness herself or himself.
Ilan po yung reserve witnesses niyo?
Sa ngayon, depending on kasi lahat po ng list of potential witnesses, sinabit po natin yan sa pre-trial conference. No? So, of course, the court has that discretion. Ultimately, it will be the court's decision to allow. Kasi including not only the witnesses, but even the material evidence that we proposed to the court during the pre-trial conference.
Ilan po ang hostile witness ng prosecution kung meron?
So far, sa ngayon, I would not go into details, no? Kasi that would be part of the strategy of the prosecution. What I can tell you, sir, is that kung sino po yung ipapresenta ng House Prosecution Team na yan, dyan po sa trial na yan, starting July 6, lahat po yan ay kanilang magiging testimonya ay importante, essential, no, indispensable po doon sa corroborate nitong mga ebidensya na to. It's either a material witness or a hostile witness.
Kung posible ba na yung witness ng depensa ay maging hostile witness naman ng prosecution?
That's possible po. That's possible, yeah. Posible po yun mangyari.
Kung the impeachment court is set to issue yung pre-trial order come Monday, kung hindi po kami nagkakamali. Ano pong mangyayari if ever na magkaroon ng opposition ang either party? Ano pong proseso para ma-resolve ito?
Alam ko po yung sa pre-trial order, that's actually the summation of everything that was discussed during the pre-trial conference, including yung mga pinopropose po na stipulation of facts na kinokontest po ng magkabilang panig. Because the essence, alam naman po natin as we understood it while we were witnessing the development in the pre-trial conference, There are proposed evidence, proposed stipulation of facts that either can be accepted by both camps. Pag inaccept na po yan, yung ganyang pag-uusap, halimbawa, proposed stipulation of facts, hindi na ho yan may include doon sa possible pag-uusapan sa korte because pretrial conference is basically simplification of the discussion in the court. Now, a pretrial order, summation na po yan, ano po yung magiging directive ng korte, ano yung magiging parameters, ano accepted, ano yung may include para for the guidance of both the panels, the prosecution and the defense panel. So that's what we are expecting, the summation of everything that was discussed during the pre-trial conference. Kasi ang clerk of court naman po talaga, si Attorney Bantog, cannot actually resolve any pleadings or any pleadings, any questions, anything that would affect the presentation of both camps of their evidence and including the flow of their flow of the court. So ire-report po 'yan ng clerk of court sa impeachment court na po 'yan. So yun po yung pong inaasahan natin doon. And also yung sa pre-trial order perhaps to resolve yung mga comments and mga requests in writing ng both the defense and as well as the prosecution. Well, the prosecution wanted sana the BIR box to be pre-marked, no? The content of this also be pre-marked, no? Kasi ang gusto natin is to as a supervised opening. Ibig sabihin, andun din po yung depensa, andun din po ang ating mga prosecution. So, but then it was as what we learned during the pre-trial conference ay tinutulan po ito ng depensa. Even the marking nung box na yon as an evidence. Kaya hindi po siya na-mark as an evidence, no? As exhibit, no? So ang nangyari po ngayon, nag-submit po tayo ng House Prosecution Team ng ating pleadings, ng appeal natin sa court na sana ay magkaroon na ng pagkakataon na ma-pre-mark to. But yung ating clerk of court, si Attorney Bantog, hindi naman talaga ho siya dapat yung mag-resolve nito. No? So yun po yung ating inaasahan na sana in the course of the trial perhaps or even before the trial, that can also be accepted. At least, no? Kasi admissibility of the evidence would rely on the court itself. Hindi naman po pag sinabing na pre-mark yan, ay automatic i-accept na yan as an evidence by the court. So it would ultimately depend on the court's discretion kung ano po yung i-accept nila na i-admit nila as evidence.
More or less, kung pinag-uusapan na lang natin parang 9 na araw na lang bago yung actual trial sa July 6. Marami pong mga kababayan natin na excited, yung iba walang alam kung paano uusad yung unang araw ng trial. If you're at liberty to tell us po kung ano ba ang mangyayari sa araw na yon, specifically dun sa prosecution, meron na ba tayong ipipresentang witness on the first day of the trial?
Again, that's part of how we would expect the prosecution would also start with its presentation. That would also include witnesses. Kasi unang araw po we expect na pag-uusapan dyan the sequence of the articles of impeachment. That would also include the presentation of evidence and the witnesses. No? So inaasahan po natin first day, yan po magkakaroon ng ganyang flow. No? Again, I hope you would also understand that as part of the strategy of the prosecution is not to divulge further, no? Kung ano po yung magiging approach ng ating prosecution pagdating sa actual na paglilitis, no? On July 6th.
Bago po sa natin kasama sa media, tanong ko lang, dito sa box galing sa BIR, nagigil dito ang prosecution. Doon pa sa hearing sa House, gusto nang buksan. Yung naman depensa, ayaw na ayaw pa buksan. How are you confident na pag nabuksan ito, home run ito for the prosecution?
Well, una, ito po yung mga ITR. We anticipate and we expect that the content of this box is the ITRs. No? Yung binabayad po na, para makita po natin yung lawful income kasi that would also determine yung lawful income ng ni Vice President na hindi nagre-reflect doon sa kanyang salin. Kaya nga po meron tayong allegation of unexplained wealth kasi po yung kanyang salin hindi po doon nag-reflect yung kumbaga it does not correspond with the report of the AMLA and that of the yung report ng AMLA and also many other documents that we have obtained during the pre-confirmation hearings. No, kung ito po ay mabubuksan, makikita po natin that would also give us a clear picture, financial picture talaga kung ano ba talaga yung lawful income ng ating vice presidente. No? Dahil hindi naman ho magsisinungaling ang laman ng box na yan. So we expect that the box contained yung ITRs ng income tax return ng Vice Presidente at ng kanyang asawa.
So ako parang, sa pagkakaunawa ko sa paliwanag ninyo, pag yung kanyang, ang laman ng box ay ITR ng mag-asawa,
We expect that that would be the that is the
What's
that is
inside?
the that's what inside the box.
Yep.
Kasi it has not been opened yet. Even during the confirmation hearing, hindi ho na-open yon.
So
Kasi may issue po doon sa requirement ng pag-open, di ba? Kasi we discussed that during the confirmation hearing. Now, I think this is the proper time kasi we're talking of the unexplained wealth. So, ito po yung pagkakataon sana ng itong box na to na ma-open o ma-pre-mark man lang. No? Doon sa oras kasi ng dapat ma-pre-mark, tinutulan ito ng depensa. It would have saved time for the impeachment court na kung halimbawang pumayag lang sila, maski yung box man lang, ma-pre-mark, sana hindi na pupunta doon sa issue na mag-pre-mark pa in an event na pumayag ng korte.
so itong laman nito, kung ITR, naniniwala kayo na magpapatunay na may paglabag sa batas yung sobrang laki ng bank records batay sa AMLAC at sobrang liit nung nakalagay sa kanyang salin batay sa isinuwiting salin. So pwede pang mga nakito ng panibagong kaso, tax evasion?
Sa aming palagay, we are focused on the articles of impeachment. No? We don't intend to anticipate or predict what would be the subsequent, for example, legal, legal issues that may arise. No? We're content with the articles that we have submitted to the court. And that's what we are focused. And ang paniwala naman po talaga namin is kaya nga po may unexplained wealth dyan, meron talagang hindi maipaliwanag na yaman. No? Kaya nga po, ang ninanais natin ay magkaroon po ng clear financial picture. Hindi po siya yung sinasabi natin na half-baked lang. No? Kailangan if we're talking about unexplained wealth as a way to hold the Vice President to account, for example, because that's part of the charges, is to open and to accept whatever evidence that we can gather, no? So that we can have a sound for the court also to have a sound judgment when in the event that it reaches its final resolution on the matter.
Kung educate my innocence or ignorance, yung bank secrecy law, maliwanag na sa batas na pag-impeachment, yun ay exemption. Yan bang sa sa tax record na binabayaran ng buwis ng isang mamamayan, gaano ba kasekreto ito? Ito ba kinakailangan pa ng exemption para mapag-usapan in public?
I think that without being sound, to avoid being sounded legalistic on the on matter, I think nakita natin during the confirmation hearing that hati yung mga miyembro ng Committee on Justice, di ba? Kasi we also would not like to we would avoid technical issues that may arise. No? That's why Ang decision po is to submit this to the proper forum, which is the impeachment court, kasi klaro po yun doon, yung exemption. Klaro po, when in the matter of impeachment, klaro po doon na exempted po yung pag-usapan yung na-mention nyo kanina, Bang Secrecy Law, also when it comes to the ITRs. So para wala na ho tayong ma-violate pa na, at saka maiwasan po kung any technicalities that may arise, no? Na magkaroon pa ng delay or magkaroon pa ng hindi magandang result, no? Sa ating intention na umunsad itong impeachment trial na ito.